Hey up and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be fitting some upgraded gear and foot brake levers from those wonderful people at Tech Bike Parts. And here you can see Tech's website. They are a well established family company operating up here in the north of England, and they make a number of high quality accessories for most, if not all, of the Triumph modern classic range, as well as the Royal Enfield range, and indeed of late the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650, my bike. And so we're going to be fitting these here CNC aluminium gear levers and brake lever to the bike. A nice looking upgrade, really makes for a smart finish on the bike. So let's get cracking, and I'll show you how I went about fitting the brake and gear levers to my Super Meteor 650. So here's what you get then: the gear lever, the brake lever, the alternative rubber gear change lug, and some stickers. That's what you get. And this is what you'll need: some grease, some blue thread lock, a 6mm, 5mm and 4mm Allen key, and two 10mm spanners. That's what you need. So on to fitting the brake lever. First of all, you're going to need to remove that there clevis pin. It just pulls back like so and pulls out like so. Then you're in a position to move to the retaining bolt just to the other side of yonder flange. So this here retaining bolt is a 6mm M8 Allen bolt, and it's a bit tricky to get to, but just persevere. Slacken that off, loosen it off and remove it, and then you're in a position, of course, to remove the OEM brake pedal, which wouldn't look out of place on a Reliant Robin. Yep, so remove that there bolt and give the stock pedal a bit of a wiggle and waggle there, and push it off the boss on which it is mounted, and there you go, that there bit of ironmongery removed. Don't forget the spring, you're going to need that. Okay, so talking about that spring, mount it in place on the protruding boss there on the new lever. Make sure it's located in the appropriate recesses. It's fairly obvious. Now you're going to be able to mount that new brake lever on the boss. Good idea to give it a bit of grease. Grease that orifice. Yay! Grease that orifice. That's just a good practice before you place it upon the protrusion from which it is meant to be placed at the back there. That's the one with the threaded insert. Take that there bolt when you put it back, so give it a wiggle and a waggle, and make sure it seats in place, and that the spring lug is located in the flange as before. Fairly straightforward, that. Next job is to replace that 6mm M8 Allen bolt, which secures the pivot point of the lever there. Good practice to use a little bit of blue thread lock there, just to stop it working loose and ensure that the whole thing remains secure. So replacing that bolt is the reversal of its removal. Okay, so check that that spring is in place correctly by assessing the return of the pedal, thus. And now you're in a position to return the clevis pin there at the master cylinder linkage. So simply a matter of reinserting that pin. So it might be an idea to grease that there shaft before you return it to its orifice, thus. Give it a bit of a wiggle and a waggle again, and lo and behold, it should return to its original seated position, whereupon you're in a position to return that spring clip there to secure the whole thing back in place, thus. And give it a quick shimmy to make sure it's all working correctly. So all that remains on the brake side now is to attach the peg, and again a little bit of good practice there, a bit of a blue thread lock, and just secure that knurled piece of CNC aluminium with the screw provided to the lever, and tighten up with that there 6mm Allen key. So now we're on the gear lever side, and you're going to need two 10mm spanners, and as you can see there on the outside is a 10mm nylock nut. Just need to remove that, and that will allow you to drop away the linkage to the gearbox. And the next job, as with the brake lever, will be to remove the gear lever by removing that pivot point, retaining 6mm M8 Allen bolt that you can just see there at the top of the picture. So again, a little bit easier to access this than the brake lever side. So get your Allen key in there, crack off that nut and just work it free, and that will allow you to remove the gear lever. So as before, get this end some grease and lubricate that there orifice and shaft before you attach the new gear lever there. Then you can replace that pivot bolt and tighten it up. Next job then is to reattach the gearbox linkage there, and just secure it once more with that 10mm nylock nut there, and tighten it up. Finally then, we're going to attach the foot peg for the gear lever. Choose your orifice of choice there, depending on whether you're a size 11 or smaller. I'm a size 9, so it's going in the shorter option there, and just pop that screw through and attach the threaded foot peg for want of a better term there, and you do have the alternative, of course, of attaching the rubberized version if that is your preference. You can't have too many choices, can you? And then just tighten that up and we're good to go. And it goes without saying, check the operation of the gear lever there, and you'll probably find it necessary to adjust that linkage via the adjustable link bar. Bit of trial and error, but takes about 5 minutes and you can get the gear change nice, slick and positive. And there we go, look, one very smart top quality upgrade to the foot brake on the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650, and I think a vast improvement there over the stock part. And likewise on t'other side, the new upgraded gear lever, and again a big improvement on the stock part in my humble opinion. A pair of top class upgrades there for the Super Meteor, courtesy of Tech Bike Parts. So if you're in the market for some quality upgrades to your Triumph or Royal Enfield, get yourself onto the Tech Bike Parts website, www.techbikeparts.com. There'll be plenty there to tickle your fancy. And in the meantime then, thank you for watching this. Hope it was of some interest to you. Thanks ever so much once again to Tech Bike Parts for supplying this kit. And I look forward to fitting more of their excellent upgrades in the weeks and months to come on my Super Meteor 650. So until the next time, ride safe, be kind, and I'll catch you soon. I'll civvy.